Hey everyone, it's Bethany. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. In this video, we are making a really fun fall card. I have been so inspired with cards lately. It is just a time for me to really sit and be still. And I really want to show you this fun card today because it features a really cool turnabout stamp system that's so fun. And depending on the colors that you choose, you could use this time and time again to create really different looks. So because it's fall and I am just all in on fall season right now, I'm going to do a fall inspired card and I think you're going to love this. We're going to do a little heat embossing as well and I can't wait to show you how this turns out. Go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you're ready to just slow down and create. It'll be a little bit longer of a video today just because I'm going to show you each step and we're just going to sit back and relax and craft. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so many fun things to play with today to bring this look together, and I'm excited to show you the turnabout system. It's so really, it's just unique. It's fun. So we're going to really slow down and just have fun with it. They have a lot of different themes too. And once I tried it the first time, I feel like I need to invest in all of them because they are so fun. So we have the turnabout jig, and I will go through this in a little bit. This is a separate purchase and everything I'm using will be linked down below. And then the stamp turnabout that I'm going to be using is called Lovely Blossoms. Don't mind the yellow staining here. I'll tell you about it later. And what would they say? A stain stamp is a love stamp. Maybe that's it. Maybe it just shows I've been having fun, but I have a little staining here. It's okay. And on the back, it will show you the different types that you can do. So if you just stamped this once, then obviously it would just be this kind of pattern and this is what you would get. But if you stamp it twice and do your rotation, you will get this. 3 times gives you this, and then the 4th gives you this if you do all 4. So we're going to do all 4 today. So I have some ink cubes already pulled, and I'll go through those colors later. And instead of pulling 3 ink cubes, my 4th rotation is going to be, we're going to do a little bit embossing. And I love Simon Says Stamps embossing powder, so I'm going to be using that today, and I'll show you that. We're also going to use this Hello Die from Simon Says Stamp, and then it has a shadow layer, which is so, so beautiful. And then I am completely 100% in love with these essential, I think there's, yes, essential arches. I love them. These are a must to have. So invest in these. You will not regret it. Let's go ahead and get started. I may bring in a few other things, of course, throughout this video, and everything will be linked down below. And also, right next to me have a order that just came in from Simon Says Stamp. And I thought it'd be fun at the very end. If I remember, I will do a fun unboxing of all the things that I just purchased. So stay tuned till the end and we will just have some fun opening that package and seeing the fun goodies that just arrived. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Misti and we're gonna get started. I'll teach you this whole turnabout system. It's so easy and it turns out really, really fun and beautiful. Okay, I have my 80-pound piece of cardstock here. Let's go ahead and open this up and we're going to get it all set up so that we have a successful rotation. So when you open it up, you will have a little alignment guide here. It's kind of like a little template that's really helpful for lining things up. Then you'll have your actual stamp. But then again, the separate purchase is our Turnabout jig, which is really, really helpful too. So the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take this little alignment guide. Now it does say center rotation point down here, and then at the top you'll see that it says this side up. So we want to make sure that it is the correct side up. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the, let's see, I want to take off all of this, I think. And sometimes I have to admit, Concord 9th, who makes this whole system, this turnabout system, they have a wonderful tutorial on how to get everything assembled and lined up. And sometimes I have to go rewatch their video because it takes a minute, right? And so if you need some help, be sure to check out their video as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is with this stamp side down, I'm just going to line it up so that all of the little icons match up. So I'm going to line my stamp up just like this. taking my time to get everything lined up nice. And I think that's good. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Misti and introduce the Turnabout jig. So we have this all lined up. It looks great. And now I'm going to bring my Misti in, open up, and I'm going to show you this little jig. So as you can see, it's a little faint, obviously, but as you can see, there is an X through the center, okay? And then you have little notches at the top. I'll try to show you. It's so faint. You have a notch here, and then you have notches down here as well. And that's gonna help you align your A2 size panel. So this is really helpful because you can use a smaller size panel and still complete this turnabout. Or if you didn't have this, then you would just wanna use a 6x6 paper. But what we're gonna do next is we are going to take our turnabout, place it in here. Again, I was telling you about this X right here. It's faint because it's just kind of cut into this plastic, so it's a little hard to see, but now you can see this one here has an X as well, and all we're going to do is line this X up with this X. So again, we have our X here, faint as it may be, and then we have the X here, and we just want to line those up perfectly. I'm going to do it down here so that it's ready to go, so I'm just going to make sure that my center points line up. Okay, lined up, and lined up. I think that looks good. Okay, got it a little bit crooked, but I'm gonna fix that. That way it's perfect. Okay, and then once I have that all lined up, I can go ahead and close this door, making sure it's tucked into the corner here. I'm gonna close this door and then cling my stamp right in that position. Okay, so now I have my jig, which I'm going to keep here, and then I'm going to peel away that little alignment guide. Okay, make sure that's all good. All right, so now we're all set. Now we can insert our paper that we're going to be using. I'm using an 80-pound Nina paper, and what I did is I placed some removable tape runner right in the center of my turnabout jig. Can you see it there? And it's just going to help me secure this, but also be able to take off my panel. So now I'm going to reference those notches. As you can see, 1, 2, we just want to place our little corners into those notches. And you're not slipping them in, you're just kind of using them as a guide. So I'm just going to use them as a guide. Place my paper there. There we go. And then because I have that adhesive there, then it will stay put. Okay, we also on the Turnabout jig have numbers. So you'll see we have the number 1 up in the corner here. If we turn it, we go to 2, then 3, and then 4. And that will help us when doing our rotation. So I'm obviously going to start with the first rotation. So I have 1 right up here. I'm going to put my little magnet down just to help. And I always want to make sure that my jig is nice and tight in this corner here. That way we don't have any alignment issues, and then we have a successful rotation with all of our colors. I'm going to go ahead and start with Sweet Mustard. So I'm just choosing my first color, and I'm going to ink up the stamp. And if you have the full stamp pads, then this would take 0 time at all. I just have the cubes as of right now. Actually, you know what? It's not in the box that I have right now, but I think it's coming tomorrow, actually. I did just invest in the Simon Says Stamp inks. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to try them for a very long time, so I decided to pick out some colors, and I'm excited about the colors I chose as well. So I picked out some colors, and they're coming tomorrow, and that'll make this part a little bit faster. But for now, you know what? That's okay. The cubes work just fine. So now I'm going to go ahead, now that that's inked up, I'm going to close the door, and I'm going to, I like to use a little rag just to help get a really nice impression there. Okay. And then open it back up, and I'm going to double stamp. So just going to ink that right back up once more and get a nice even impression. It's going to be so pretty. And again, based on the colors you choose, each and every time if you did a different color, a different, rotation, it would look so different. So I feel like these are really worth it to invest in because you could really just change up your colors and this stamp set would just keep going and going and going. Okay, there we go. Add our second little layer of ink. And then we'll be done with our first one. Oh, it's so pretty. I love that color. Okay, I'm just going to clean off my stamp and I'm trying to keep my fingers from getting totally inked up. I don't like having ink on my fingers. I don't know. It just bothers me. I know it shouldn't, but it does. Okay. Ink on my fingers means craftiness, right? It should be a good thing, but ooh. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Turnabout and go to number 2. So I'm just going to rotate once, just like this. And now I am at number 2 up in my corner. Okay, so then that means we're going to go on to the next color. And I'm just going to make sure that my stamp is nice and dry. Okay. And then I'm going to use Coral Reef to do my next rotation. So now this yellow staining, it was kind of a funny story and it surprised me, but what I was doing was playing around with my stamp and making some fun backgrounds. I was having a great time and I did some Versamark so I could do some embossing. And right after I did the Versamark, I went to go and do my, I went and started over to just start over and do another color combination. And I put the yellow down first right after I cleaned off the Versamark and it stained. It was so odd. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and place this down. And then look, everything is in a new position. Isn't that neat? And it just creates, I'm gonna grab my, it creates a little pattern and everything falls within a new spot. I love this. But anyway, yeah, so it stained my stamp there. And I know it shouldn't bother me, but maybe it bothers me because it's not the entire stamp, right? It's just like this little area. Okay, I'm gonna double stamp again just to get a nice bold color, bold and even. And that color going down is so faint, but it stamps really pretty. But it's kind of hard to see on the stamp where you're getting it, right? Okay. I think I got everything. Okay. Double stamp. And I think this will be super pretty. Okay, next I'm gonna bring in the color Storm. Oh, that's so pretty. And I think Storm is gonna be so fun because I like bringing in kind of a navy color for my fall. I think it's just fun. So again, choose any colors that you love. And I'm just cleaning off the sides of this where there's some ink. Okay, turning to number 3. There we go. Making sure it is nice and snug in that corner. Also making sure my stamp is nice and dry. Okay. And Storm. Now this you definitely have to stamp twice to get the navy color. Okay. Oops, there's one little spot. There. Okay, and then, oops, one second. It kind of caught on my magnet. Gotta make sure it's out of the way. Okay. And then it falls in its own little area again. And bringing in one more layer, making sure that's nice and snug. always want to just take a second to make sure everything is realigned. And down. Okay. This is where I feel like that navy just really looks so bold. Ooh, isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay, cleaning off, and then we'll do the fourth turn, which is going to be the heat embossing. So we're gonna bring the Versamark in, and that gold powder. Oh, I love a gold. And I should remind you, you know, you can stop at any time. So if this is the look you're going for, you don't need to complete all the rotations, because remember on the packaging, you know, there are examples of all the different patterns you can do. So feel free, if you only had 3 colors you wanted to use and you wanted to stop, go for it. It is your look. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move this to number 4. Looks great. Make sure my stamp is nice and dry. And then here we go with some embossing. Okay, bringing my Versamark in, getting it nice and sticky. Okay. Making sure this is all snug and that we're at number 4. Okay. And then close. Pretty. Okay. I love just seeing where it falls because now it has complete the pattern. Oh, and I didn't bring my embossing powder in. Oh my goodness. Oh, Bethany. Okay, you've all told me I need to put something on here that says, did you put your, oh no, not embossing powder, my anti-static powder. Oh boy, this may be all for naught. Let's see. Okay, now that's really sticky. I want to make sure that I got a good, I'm going to re-ink that. I think I did get a good, oh, now I'm stressed about the anti-static tool. Okay, it's going to be fine. And if not, just do it again, right? This is where you pray. You pray that it's going to turn out. So far, I have, okay, I don't even want to say that. I'm not even going to say that because I'll jinx myself. Use your powder. It's my #1 struggle with stamping. That's okay. All right. So I doubled that up and now, oh, that looks so good. Okay, it's hard for you to see, but it is there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my panel. Okay, and get my powder on. I do want to place a paper clip somewhere where I know I don't have any Versamark, which I think is right here. Okay, good to go. Okay, bringing in my catch. Okay, and let's put this all on. Okay. I think I got lucky again. Okay, okay. It's okay. I think I got lucky again. I missed a spot. I think that's why I keep forgetting too, because I haven't been so unlucky. You know what I mean? When you mess up and then you remember it, then you never forget again, right? Oh my gosh, I think I did it. Okay, well, you know, looks great. Okay, that's why I am a praying crafter, because I forget my anti-static. Okay, there we go. And let's heat that up. Oh my goodness, isn't that pretty? I love the 4th rotation being the embossed look. It just adds something so stunning. I love that. It's so pretty. I love all those colors together too. It's just where it's at for me. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm gonna bring my little A2 layer die set in. I cannot believe I got that lucky without powder. Especially because, you know, some of that ink, I can't believe all that ink dried perfectly in time too. So you can see, I don't know if you can see here, there's a little bit of powder here, but it makes that flower kind of sparkle, if you will, and I am not mad about it. It's really pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's bring in my Spellbinders. I'm gonna trim down some panels and let's build up this card. It's gonna go quick from here. That was the process, right? And that was kind of the bulk of the card, really, just to create our pattern paper. And then the rest is gonna go pretty quick. Okay, grabbing my A2 die set, I'm going to just trim this down. Grab some tape. I like it to be slightly smaller in panel size versus a little bit bigger of a card, right? I just think it looks really pretty. And I'm gonna run this through my Spellbinders. Okay, you've been asking to see more die cutting on camera. So here we go. Okay, I'm gonna angle this so that it just goes through like butter. Put my top plate in and here we go. Okay. And there is our little panel. Oh, nice and trimmed down. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I am going to use, I think I'm gonna use 110 pound. And I'm gonna use 110 pound for this because I am gonna end up making, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna first trim it down so it matches my underneath panel. But then I'm gonna bring in those arches. And so I want something nice and substantial because we're gonna do a lot of die cutting on this one panel. So I want it to be nice and thick. Oh, muscle. Oh my goodness. Okay. Why is that rotation so hard? Okay. Oh my goodness. I really need to get back on the bike. Okay. So I'm not sure what it's going to do. I don't know why I think my Peloton's going to make my stamping arm stronger, but hey. Okay. And then once more, I flip my plate on the bottom, and then I am going to take this again, grab my new favorite arches, and I think I'm gonna do this size. And I want to tape it down where I'd like it. So I'm thinking I'll center it the best that I can. I think that will be good. Okay, tape that down. Let's send that through as well. Okay. Okay. And then keep your little cutout because you can always use it for another card. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so now let me move my die cut machine, and I want to bring in, I'm going to bring in some of my, let's bring in this real quick. I have a little residue from my adhesive, which happens from time to time, but this little adhesive eraser is my bestie. But I'm going to grab some of this skinnier foam tape, and I am going to get this all popped up, and I thought it would be really pretty to bring in a little bit of white space here. So I love the pattern, it's so pretty, but I also wanted to just heal the eye just a little bit and bring in a little bit of white because honestly that's just the look that I really gravitate towards. And I think kind of toning down a pattern a little bit helps one to appreciate it more. If it's all just like that, right? And so bold, sometimes it's just a lot. But if you tone it down a little bit, then it kind of lets it pop in a new way, just with that contrast of the white space and then the pattern. And I don't know, I just think it does wonders. So bringing in just this skinny foam tape, and it'll look super nice. Okay, I'm also going to just do a couple little friendly pieces here and here. Lovely. Okay, bringing in my Score Buddy just to help me line up these two panels and taking off that background. Okay, and now that all of my adhesive is exposed, I'm just going to place that up in the corner there. It's sometimes kind of hard because it's so sticky. Okay, and then I can place this and just line it up. Okay, just like that. Press it down really nice. And then I have, oh, that looks so nice. Sometimes I feel like even though I'm lining it up, I get a little bit off on the top, which is kind of funny. So I just take my scissors, because it doesn't need to be precise, and I just trim that down just so that it is truly behind there. Just like that. See? Easy peasy. Okay, because I want to work smart and not hard here, because my Score Buddy is already out, I'm going to go ahead and make my card base, and I have 110-pound cardstock. It is sized at 11 inches by 4 1/4. Half of 11 is 5 1/2, so I'll go ahead and place my score line there, and then that will give me my final A2 size card, which will measure at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I like the top folding card. I think it's just so sleek and nice. So I'll do that now, and I think I might even go ahead and just place my panel on my card before doing my sentiment. Sometimes I like to just build it from the ground up. I think it's, I don't know, refreshing. Okay, I like to open up my card, and I have a little mark here, but I don't want to waste it because it's just going to go right on top of it. So it's just fine. Because I already built some dimension with using my foam tape here, I'm just going to use some strong tape runner, and I love this sticky thumb. I think it works amazing, especially for attaching thicker card panels to a card. It's just wonderful tape, and it is sticky. They weren't kidding when they said sticky thumb. Okay, there we go. And then I just didn't want this to pop too much by adding additional foam tape, so I think this was the right choice. Just gonna line that up. I love a white on white. I think that's so pretty. Okay, so there is where we're at so far. So fun. Okay, let's do our sentiment. Okay, bringing in some more 110-pound cardstock, because I am going to layer my die cuts, and it makes quick and easy work when you have thicker cardstock. So I'm gonna do one shadow layer, but then I'm going to go through and I will cut out 3 of the hellos. Okay, so 1 and then 3. So we'll go ahead and send this through. Okay. And then I'll send the hello through 2 additional times. So to be honest, I don't have a need for this right now, and I know that it is my 110-pound weight. So for my third little layer for my hello die, I am going to utilize it and cut out of that little arch. Okay, let's go ahead and get these all glued together. So again, I'm going to stack these, and I'm just going to use some liquid glue because I think in the box, I think in my haul that I'm going to share, when I open that Simon box, I think I have my adhesive spray in there. So I'll have to use it next time because it's not quite open yet. So I'll just go ahead and use my Barely Art glue, and I will just stack these up. So I'm going to go through, oh goodness, that was a little bit much. I'm going to go through and put some glue on here. I find this stacking of die cuts to be one of those things that is so simple, but it really elevates a card. I'm just amazed by this. Okay, so taking the next one, layering it right on top, and with that liquid glue, you do have a lot of gentle grace because you can move it around for quite a minute. And then just cleaning out any little glue that does end up seeping out. Okay. There we go. Pinching those together. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to bring in my little acrylic block just so that can level out. Okay. Okay, got all gunky there. Okay, and then what I'll do is, well, I kind of need you again. Put one more layer on here. Okay, got all my adhesive. Grabbing my final layer for the hello. And then lining that up. Ooh, that one went down pretty darn ideally. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let that set for a second, and then we're gonna put this on. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. Now, I really debated on bringing in color here, and you know, I tried doing a variety of colors behind for the shadow layer, and every single time my eye wanted the white. So feel free to cut this out of a color. It is very beautiful, but every time I really like the white on white look. It's just one of those simple, stunning things to me. And because I stacked 3 high for the actual sentiment part, it does provide a pretty good shadow and makes it just look pretty contrasty enough, I would think, on white. Okay, grabbing tweezers. This may be a helpful tool now. Okay. And then I'm just going to center this. There we go. Wiggle it in there. Center it. Oh, see how pretty? See the good shadow that you get? Because look how thick that ends up being. That's pretty generous. I like that. Okay, so centered, and we'll just set that for a second. Okay, let's cover the glue, and then bring our little card back in here, and we're gonna put our little sentiment right on there. Okay, I need to get some foam squares. Time to open a fresh sheet. There's nothing better. It's like Christmas. Okay, now what I thought would be pretty is just placing and bringing some unity to just everything down here. I think that this is so pretty. What do you think? I just love how that looks. It heals on the side, and then you have this pretty arch. And I think it's so simplistically beautiful. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna kind of reference here where I want. I'm thinking I'll end up doing these squares just about on all of these. And I'm hoping that's the right call, because I think we can still nestle. Being careful not to bring any here, because that's where it's gonna interact with the sides of the arch. Oh yeah. Oh, very cool. Okay, so then let's go ahead. I'm going to peel these off and then introduce some more liquid glue as well, because I want the edges that are going to meet up with the white, I want that to be glued down. And there's a lot of weight to this. I mean, it's essentially chipboard at this point because it's so thick, but it still would make me feel better. Okay, so just bringing in a little glue there, and then I'll do a dab on all of those just to give me a little bit of grace. Okay. I always feel I need to hold my breath. Okay. And then I think I'll even bring it down just a little. And I love this ruler. Okay. Wait, no, I had it right the first time. Second guessing myself. Okay. There. And then press it down. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. It's simple, but it is just pretty. And I think by bringing in the negative space here, and then by also having a very subtle, but you know, this is holding its own, this white sentiment, even though it's all white, I feel like it's holding its own, but all of those elements, bringing in all of that white, I really think it makes that pattern in the back just so stunning. I love it. And honestly, that's where I'm gonna stop. I really like that it's just super, super simple and soft. And I would love to put some sequins on here, but I really like that the shine is in that gold embossed layer that we put on, and I just think it's so pretty. So knowing when to stop is so hard for me, but I think that I'm just gonna make that creative call and stop there. Okay, let's go ahead, clean up this craft space real quick, and let's unbox some goodies and see what's gonna be coming into this craft room now. Okay, you know I have to, because I'm trying to be so much better about coordinating envelopes for my cards. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm going to do an envelope because look how pretty this mustard dot paper is paired with this card. I think that's just so pretty for fall. So I'm gonna bring in my 1, 2, 3 punch board. This is like my, well, it's not New Year's, so it's my September fall resolution. It's my new resolution to make coordinating envelopes. So I'm going to do an A2 size. So I need to cut my paper at 8 1/4. I have a full tutorial on how to do this that I will reference up above. That way I can zoom through this. But if you do not have, again, I'm doing 8 1/4 because I'm going to do that A2 size. If you don't have the 1, 2, 3 punch board for making envelopes, today is the day to say yes to it. It is so cool. And it's a scrapbook paper buster because you can just trim down your paper and get an envelope out of it. Okay, and referencing over here, I need to do 3 5/8. So I'm gonna go ahead, bring my little score tool out and go to 3 5/8. And I'm going to be on line A. Okay, there we go. and score. Again, I am going to rush through this, but I'm lining up my score line. And punch and score. Lining up my new score line. Okay. Good. Punch. Score. Punch and score. Okay, I'm going to round off my corners by bringing my paper up. I'm done with this part. I can bring up my paper right here, place my corner in, and punch to round those corners. And then we have our little envelope. Okay, put my little score tool right in there, clean up my extra. There we go. And I have my envelope. Now, I do like to trim off this little additional lip right here. You could be done here, but I find it to just look a little bit more polished to not have that on there. So I'll bring this in. Just the mini at this point. I like to keep one flap down. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be a top flap down. And I like to take off just about an inch or a little less. Okay. That ends up being just a hair less than an inch. Okay. Here we go. And then when you bring it up, just looks so much better. I like that look. Okay, I'm going to add some score tape to my two side flaps. And we'll be all done. I'm really trying to be better about this. And also because I feel like if I have the card and the envelope sitting right there, there is no excuse not to write it and put it in the mail, right? So it's kind of an encouragement to complete. Because sometimes, you know, we make cards a lot, and then I guess I could buy a pack of A2 size envelopes, but why when you can make them? See, that's not helping, right? Now I'm just making excuses on why not to make them. I think the making of the envelope is one of the best parts. Okay, I'm going to take off that liner and bring that up, and I have a super, super cute coordinating envelope to go with my little card. I love how that coordinates, so fun, and I just think it's super, super cute. Okay, let's go ahead and open up my recent craft haul. Okay, so I actually placed it in a basket as it came in because I was going to organize it and put it away, but why when I can share some fun goodies? Okay, so one of the first things that came, I'm so excited. I bought the Distress watercolor pencils. I can't wait to play with these. These look so fun. I think this is super cool. And I don't remember. Oh, this is set 2 that I got. So here are the colors in set 2. Let me know if you want to see these. I am really excited to get coloring with these. I think these are going to be a really fun way just to have some additional fun, and I love watercolor. Okay, and then I finally did it. I bought the little waffle flower shaders, and I thought these would be really fun, especially when doing the layering stencils. So I have these little shaders, and they're so pretty. One thing I was surprised by is I feel like they have a pearl handle, and I think that is just gorgeous. Oh, it is. It's so pretty. And they have all different types of tips. Those are so pretty. I bought the shader 1 and I bought the pack of shader 1 just because looking at all of the different style tips, I felt like this was the tip that, now I haven't used them yet, but I felt like this was the tip that was going to meet the need that I currently am having when doing some shading. So that's why I went with that. And they come in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10 pack. Very nice. Okay, I also finally got some Post-it tape. I'm really excited to use this. I think this is going to come in handy. And oh wow, that's a nice generous roll. Okay, really, really happy to have that. Okay, so Simon Says Stamp just released their fine detail scissors and I am here for it. I really wanted a new pair of fine detail scissors and this non-stick was what sold me. Non-stick plus They're mint. I love them. Well, it's more of a teal, but it's so pretty. Just right up my alley. Okay, did I see this on Kathy Zilski's channel? Was it her channel that she showed the gilded color of sequin? But so pretty. I can't remember if it was hers or not, but I had to have some of that. This actually came as a freebie in my pack, and I can't remember why I got a freebie. I cannot remember, but I had a code for a freebie, and look how cute. I love freebies because they're an element of surprise in the mail, right? Everything else you order and you pick out, but the freebie, look at this stamp set. Can we just stop for a minute? That is so cute. It's your day to shine. And I love the variation in fonts because it's so, so fun. You're one of a kind. I love that. So pretty. Love this. Okay, this is Birthday Wishes. I'll try to find that and link it. It's so cute. And then this is from, this says Garden Party. Maggie Holmes. Oh, so pretty. Cute little embellishment stickers. Those are just me for sure. So pretty. Love that. It'll be fun. Okay, and then I did it. I really wanted to get, now coming in the next box I have is actual color ink pads. And so initially had got the white and the black, and then I'm just all in now. I have to get all of them. So I grabbed these as well. Now, yes, okay. So the Intense Black is going to play friendly with alcohol markers. So that is awesome. So fun. And then I wanted to get some of their white pigment ink. I thought that would be nice as well. Okay. I wanted to begin color swatching some of my ink pads. So I did get a tag punch just so I could make some tags. So I thought that would be fun. And then, oh my gosh, this is so cute. I'm going to open that. I really want to see what that looks like. I got this little spooky die. How cute is that? I thought this would make a really fun Halloween card. I have a really good idea for this. So I nabbed that because when I saw it, do you ever see stuff and you're just instantly inspired by it? I just thought it would be super fun. Okay, then look at this confetti for Halloween. This comes with, look at this paper pad. So it coordinates, supposedly. Yes. And, oh, I should open all the way. Let me open it all the way. I fell in love with this paper pad and I really wanted to get inspired with it for Halloween because I'm not really a orange type of girl, I guess. Sherbet, I always call it sherbet, sorry, but sherbet is good for me. Like it's that nice muted orange like this. I love that. But I always like to do kind of a pinky Halloween. I think it's so fun. I'll link to a video I did last year with a little bit more of a pink theme. It was so fun. But look at these papers. These just were so me. I thought this was so fun and just so different. Oh, I love the cats. And then these are fun because that's a card right there. That's so fun. They have their own little kind of embellishments. Oh, that stripe is pretty. And I love this little girl. She reminds me of Bewitched. Remember the show? I loved that show. Samantha, right? I think her name was Samantha. Look at the orange dot. I do like that orange. I think that's pretty. That's about as orange as I go though. I just don't. This is so cute. That is so cute. I love it. Oh, look at the little ghosts. Oh, so fun. Okay, how many of each? 4 sheets each. Wow, that's really cute. I love that. Okay, so then these are supposed to go with that. So we have some black cats, candy corn, the little hearts, and then kind of a mix here. I thought those were kind of fun. Okay, then we have, oh, I got some of the Simon card fronts because I really wanted to see some of the colors that they had. Ooh, those look nice. I don't want to open it because I want to keep it organized, but a nice bunch of colors. And I'll link everything down below if you want to take a closer look. Okay, so I recently did get was it the September box from Simon Says Stamp? I got their card kit, and their card kit of the month had this really beautiful stamp set, but I went ahead and got the coordinating dies with it because the dies are just where it's at for me. I love, love, love them. And then this was actually one of their little freebies that they were putting in all of the boxes recently. I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but love a good sticker. Those are so cute. Okay, then coming up, we're gonna be doing a really fun shaker. So I got this little mug because I thought that would be so fun for this winter. Really fun little, just fun shaker, I thought. Okay, I need to open this so much because I saw this and I really ran to the cart with it. Well, can you do that virtually? I don't know, but I clicked add to cart very quickly on this, is what I should say. This is so pretty. This is, let's see, what is the theme? Well, it's Christmas. I thought it would have some, oh, Candy Cane Lane, is that it? Okay, let's look. Let's look. Oh my gosh, I love a vintage Santa, and I love a little vintage reindeer. Look at the bokeh tree. Oh my goodness, I love it already. Okay, this is where it's at for me, this stripe. So fun. And I love the non-traditional Christmas colors. We have a red, but then we have a fun blue and then the baby pink. Okay, looks like we have 4 of each sheet. This is so pretty to me too. Oh my gosh, I'm so inspired by this. So pretty. Then we have, oh, I'm just kind of hold that as close as I can. And oh, some holly and bows. Look at these though. I mean, that is too cute. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love a good curated paper collection. Oh my goodness, the red snowflake. Oh, it's so cute. And the stockings. Come on now. That is too cute. You know what though? This is so familiar. I feel like I made a garden flag with that exact image last year. I'll have to link to that video. I bought that image. Cutie patootie. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, look at these. Almost bypassed that. I should just do a whole video on just using this paper. That would be super fun. Oh, I love that color combination. So pretty. Okay, loving that. Okay, let's see, we have a layered stencil and it's going to be candy corn. How cute for that. Oh, I love it. Okay, and then I think this is the last thing in here. Yes, it is. Okay, I know. I bought myself a mini Misti. And okay, you don't need a mini Misti if you have a big Misti, but I'll tell you why I bought it. I bought it for filming because sometimes I feel like I want to crop in closer, but I cannot stand it if the corners of my Misti are cut off when filming. So I bought a mini just for filming purposes. But I'm really excited to have this because it is just a teeny tiny little one. And I love my original size Misti. So okay, time to put all this stuff away. I think I'm gonna put it in piles for season. So we have some Christmas and then, oh, this one has marshmallows. Now they have another set too that I think is more fall. And I wanted the one with the marshmallows. So I'll try to link that down below. So Christmas, we have some birthday. And then we have Halloween. This is just gonna be supplies, general supplies. And oh, this is so pretty. I'm gonna say this is like fall. And then we have more Halloween. Oh my goodness, love so much. This was such a good haul. I love it. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the original card and the little turnabout system. I thought that was super fun, and I hope you enjoyed the haul at the end. If you did, please be sure to give this a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you just stopped by today. I'd love to have you, and we're doing a lot of fun things coming up for the holidays. It's always a fun time on my channel during the holidays, but I like to think it's a fun time all the time, but we really, really have fun during the holiday season. Okay, everyone, I will see you in the next video. Be sure to let me know what you think of this sweet card in the comments. And I can't wait to craft again with you soon. See you later.